Hey everyone, so today I'm going to do a video about Merter. I'm at the Merter Textile Center, or Merter Tekstil Merkezi as it is in Turkish. This is basically the hub of wholesale clothing and fashion in the city. There's several different areas where you can go where you can find cheap clothing, but this area is mainly for businesses, shop owners, boutique owners and such. This area is almost exclusively wholesale. There are certain stores that do both wholesale and retail. You just kind of have to go around and look for them. There's a different area that I'm going to show you where there are more retail shops with cheaper clothing. So this area is huge. It's absolutely gigantic. I'm not going to walk around the entire place. I'm just going to give you guys some highlights. It would take hours and hours and hours to record this area. There's certain main drags and then a bunch of side streets and other streets and areas that you can go into that where you can shop. Like I said, it would take days to explore everything, and it would be an incredibly long and boring video to do that. So I'm just gonna give you guys some highlights. So let's go. So one of the ways you can get here is by bus, and this is one of the main stops. There's several stops, and I mean this area is huge, so there are several stops where you can get off. But this is, I'm basically right at the central square of the district, and this is how it looks. So the other option to get here is the metro bus. These run several different routes depending on where you are. If you have access to the metro bus, you can take it. And once again, once you come off this ramp, which is the exit ramp, it's going to bring you here. And once again, if you turn right, you go toward Merter. If you turn left, you go towards Istanbul Merter. So this is one of the ways you can get to this area is with the T1 tram, which runs from Kabataş to Bağcılar. This is the Zeytinburnu station, and you get off of here, and from here you have several different options. So I'm going to show you what those are in just a second. But the T1 tram line is a popular tram that runs basically from Kabataş. It runs through Sirkeci, Eminönü, Bağcılar, Sultanahmet, and through near the Grand Bazaar. So basically through all the popular tourist sites. So basically this is where you'll come up. This is the metro station. This is where you can connect to the airport and then several other areas. Now from here, if you turn left, you will go towards Zeytinburnu, where you can find some cheap clothing as well. And then, but if you go toward the right, you'll go toward Güngören and Merter, which is where the wholesalers and cheap clothing stores are. So we'll go ahead and start right here at the corner. These are all little independent brands that have set up a brand for themselves. They're independent manufacturers. Club Jew. Pretty interesting name. But as you can see, these are all independent manufacturers. You're not going to see prices in the windows because you have to kind of go in and talk about prices. Well, there's some prices here. $12, $6, $8, $9. There we go. We're getting rolling. So we'll go down this first main drag. This is, like I said, this is one of the main streets that you come to. Jeans. Now, there's little buildings where you will see the word çarşı or you will see the word han, H-A-N. These are just buildings, basically like a work center where people are working inside, and you have small shops, small manufacturers that are not out front, but they're doing maybe their production in there, or they're small companies that can't afford these larger stores where they can be out front, but you'll find lots of good stuff in those little buildings as well. But as you can see, these are all little independent brands. If you have a boutique, you have a small shop, come here and you can get stuff for your store. That music's a little loud. I hope I don't get a copyright for that silliness. It's very early in the morning right now. I wanted to come here before it got too crazy, but maybe we'll catch some product being moved and you'll see the insane amount of product that gets moved from this area. There we go. Just streets and streets. Top floors, bottom floors, big buildings, shopping malls, size buildings that are all just filled with merchandise. I've been here before, and like I said, right now it's a little slow, but the amount of money that's flowing through this area is pretty insane. All you see parked in front of the stores and shops are luxury vehicles, Mercedes, BMWs, Teslas, so on and so forth. You may say, hey, those aren't that expensive in the US or maybe Europe, but here in Turkey, it's a different story. Let's walk down this aisle here. These little tuk-tuks and motorcycles and hand carts are what's used to get stuff around. After a certain hour, cars are not allowed in this area. I believe it's 10 a.m. So after that time, after 10 a.m., everything gets moved by the little tuk-tuks and hand carts. Manpower, manpower, manpower. Hey, little buddy. We'll just do another quick short walk down this little street, and then I'm going to go ahead and cut it off. The reason why I'm walking down this street is there's a big building being built here. It's going to be a mall. It's going to be a wholesale mall. It will be a mall. It looks like 235 stores is what it says. 235 stores that are all wholesalers, and that are going to be strictly for women. And and you see this guy. I'm not sure if he's a carrier or if he's a trash guy. It looks like he's a carrier, actually. You see another guy coming with a hand cart. These are the people that move merchandise, especially after the cutoff time, like I said, where cars are no longer allowed in the region. The little tuk-tuks, the motorcycles, the mopeds, and these gentlemen that move merchandise. So let's get back to this. 235 stores, a wholesale mall that is dedicated to women's clothing only. It will be all women's clothing. I think that would be pretty cool to get everything in one spot. Because the one thing about this area is these stores most of them don't have websites. They're basically anonymous. The only way to find them is just come here or through references, word of mouth, that kind of thing. If you're in this industry, you'll know someone who knows someone, etc. So like I said, folks, I'm not going to make this a very long video. This is a wholesale area. Some of the people don't really like having someone walk around recording the area either. There's a lot of knockoff merchandise that's produced here and that gets distributed from this area, so they're not very camera friendly, if you know what I mean. So I'm gonna cut it short. I'm gonna cut it here. If you're in the area, if you're in Istanbul, you're not here for business, you're only here for pleasure. You want to come here just to experience the madness and see what kind of craziness goes on here. I would recommend it for maybe like an hour or so. It's not that difficult to get here with public transportation. And then, but if you are in business, if you do come here, you'll notice there's people of all races, all kinds of different languages being spoken. Lots of people come here from different areas and shop here and take the merchandise back to their countries and sell them there. So I would recommend coming here just to see it. And like I said, some of the stores do sell retail. The Turkish word for wholesale is toptan, and the Turkish word for retail is perakende. So if you see the word perakende or just retail in English anywhere on any of the stores, that means they sell retail. But 95% of the stores in this area sell wholesale. If you go to the lower parts of Merter, and if you go into Zeytinburnu, you will find cheaper clothing there, and you can come there to shop. All right, we'll see you in the next video.